on holiday party interaction skills. Al Air.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, for that wonderful introduction. I now know that I'm famous. Welcome, fellow Toastmasters, guests, all brought by somebody. Happy holidays. Happy holidays, and I mean that. It's the holiday party season. And I'd like to share with you some holiday party interaction tips to ameliorate your going to holiday parties. Some years ago, I was at a holiday party in the foyer, and I proceeded back to the kitchen where everyone was congregated. There, over to my left, I spotted a pregnant lady hovering over the cheese balls. At least, I thought she was pregnant. When I asked her about the due date, I mean, how else am I going to figure out if she is pregnant? I really didn't get a verbal response. It was more of a gesture, along with a mouth that drooped down, a gaping. It turns out that she was just doing an impression of a pregnant man. At least I thought that. So today, I would like to share with you some holiday party interaction tips that I've learned since that date. I'm going to do 3 parts to my speech. 1 is the arrival, 2, making conversation, and 3, how Toastmasters can help you at a party. Number 1, the arrival. Remember, it's a me, me, me society. Don't worry about bringing dishes or gifts. They just weigh you down, distract from what you're wearing, and plus, you're going to look bad if your dish isn't very good. Yes, you're there to enjoy yourself. Let other people bring the gifts and the dishes. That's what other people are for. You are there to enjoy yourself. Now, if you must bring a gift, make it small and cheap, because this allows you to leave the party earlier. The second thing, upon arrival, is you want to have your cell phone at the ready. Because the cell phone implies that you have something else more important going on. The third thing is when you first get there, scan all the faces at the party and make a mental list of who you want to avoid talking to. Very important, especially employee parties. Now let's move on to making conversation at the party. Remember, it's a me, me, me society. So you basically want to make conversation and talk about yourself. Because that's why everyone came to the party, was to talk about you. Why else would they have come? You want to start with a story about yourself that's great in detail, engrossing, and moves in infinite detail. Bob, let me tell you about when I was born and catch you up to the present day. This is an excellent start. Make your climax over the top. Something like, and then my Sherpa said, "Save yourself, go on without me." This is an excellent way to get the attention and hold it. Now, if you can't get all the attention on yourself, it's very good to bring up religion, sex, and politics, and preferably all 3 at the same time. I like to say something like, "Boy, that Sarah Palin sure is religious, but politically I think she's asexual." Wham! This stops the other person in their tracks, confuses them, and keeps them from getting the attention that you so richly deserve. Success. Now, if on rare occasion the other person should start talking about themselves, there are some evasive techniques that you can do. Number 1, if you can't stop him, then top him. Remember, can't stop him, then top him. If the person should say, "We just bought a new car," you want to quickly say, "Oh, we do that every couple of years, and next year we're trading in our Mercedes." This will stop them in their tracks and get the conversation back to you. That is what the party is about. Now, the summary of good party communication is that you want it to feel like it's a tennis match, and you're playing tennis by yourself. And the other person is just a ball boy. That is conversational nirvana. Now, I bet you're wondering how Toastmasters experience can help you at a party. It's very, very simple. When you start talking to someone at a party, if you've never met this person before, you only want to talk about yourself for 4 to 6 minutes. Okay. Now, if you've known this person, if you've met this person before, you want to talk about yourself steadily for 5 to 7 minutes. Now, on rare occasions, if you have beaten the person into full submission, you can talk for 8 to 10 minutes. This is rare, but it is accepted. Suppose you're talking to someone that's a deaf mute. Perfectly acceptable to go 8 to 10 minutes. Now, another thing that you can do at a Toastmaster that will help you at a party is if the other person is formidable and can get in some words about themselves, what I like to do is just turn on a lamp somewhere at the party, just a light, to see if you can distract them. And if that doesn't work, what I do is I carry a small flashlight and I just flash them right between the eyes. Stops them dead in their tracks. Now, of course, they're going to notice this and they're going to say something like, "Why are you flashing me in the eyes with the light?" And that's a good time to ameliorate yourself and say something, "Well, I study optometry part-time and I think you're suffering from cataracts." Perfectly acceptable. If you really have trouble getting the attention back to yourself, you can always fake an anxiety attack. This usually stops them cold. And always as your backup is the cell phone. Left hand with your finger pointed in the air usually stops anyone this day. This is universal language for, I have a cell phone and I have something more important to say than what you're telling me right now. So back to that pregnant lady. I couldn't believe that I was wrong. It turns out that she was just going to give birth to another cheese ball and a 6-pack of beer. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Al.